Hi, everybody. Just thought I'd give you a brief rundown on how to use Microsoft Excel in order to be able to do a Gantt chart. Here we see a start date, which is selecting the minimum start date and a column over in here. If you were to change that date and add perhaps, I don't know, instead of -20, let's add, instead of -10, we'll add 10 to the date. That changes this date to the minimum date that follows, and this one is today. So we'll start it, perhaps tomorrow, and then there may be some other date in here. This one, for example, we could start that one perhaps in 3 days. And now you can see how the activities have updated. Each one of these activities is a function of the prior activity. And so what we got here is a mechanism. This one says it's 15 days after that one. This one says it's 7 days after this one. And you can just chain the activities together in that fashion. This one is today plus 50 days. And then what you might like to do is, well, perhaps change something like a title. So we'll make this one prototype, car body prototype 1. And now if we go over to the Gantt chart, we should see car body prototype 1. So that's great. We're able to effectively create a live bar chart showing our timeline. If you like, you can upload this to Microsoft 365. Microsoft 365 has a facility to do just the same thing that you can do on the desktop. It, in fact, works almost exactly the same. So here's the Gantt chart here in Microsoft 365. Now it's all working in the cloud. We'll go to the project tracker, and what we'll do is take a look that says 126. Then we'll scan through down in here, and we'll see there's 126. So we'll say today plus 20 days, and now the soonest day when you can start is 127, and here's 127 over in here. So we've got the same exact thing going on. Here it says activity 2. We go to the Gantt chart. We see activity 2. I can update that. Maybe what we'll do is we'll call it prototype 2 or car body 2. And then maybe we'll take a look at this Gantt chart. And sure enough, it updates, which is just the sort of thing you want to see. So that's that. You can use Microsoft either through the Microsoft Excel 365, or you can use it through the Microsoft Excel on the desktop, and it appears to work just about the same as far as I can tell. If you want to, you can go through the process of doing an upload or a download. And here is a save as, which allows you to take save a copy online or download a copy, or save as an open document, which might be good for LibreOffice or OpenOffice or whatever kind of office system you like. Speaking of which, if you want to, you can go also into the so-called Google Charts. Google Charts enables you to, well, I think it's called Google Sheets. Google Sheets. So Google Sheets, and then I happen to have a Google Sheets ODS system available for you, and you can give that a try. So here's the Gantt chart, and I've uploaded this already, and it says Gantt charts in Google Sheets, and you can proceed to muck about with that one as well. A couple ways you can go if you want to get the stuff that I've uploaded onto the Blackboard system. You can just hit open on the ODS file. It'll upload that, and then you can import the data, creates a new spreadsheet, and then you can proceed. Open now. And now you've got pretty much the same thing that you saw in Excel, only now it's in Google Sheets. So for example, this date is linked to that date plus 6 days. These things are stored as numbers. So if I were to go in and change the 6 to a 9, you can watch this 3, and it changes. And also all the bar charts change. So that's kind of an interesting thing. If this were to change to that minus 1 day, it doesn't seem to work. It doesn't like it at all. So this is not a good way to do computations for that. What we've done over in here is we've done the additions in order to make things work. So that's the minimum of the dates listed in this range over and through here. And that's how we got the start date. And so for project start date over in here, probably makes sense to make that equal to this and hit enter. And that way, if the project start date were to change, like this one could change from 24 to 25, now we can see things are linked. And we can also see the bar chart here starts at 25. So that's how that works. It's just an Excel spreadsheet, but implemented by Google. So that's kind of neat. This business about progress, I think the progress has to be updated manually. I don't exactly know why that should be, but in any case, you got to put that in there like this, and then you can see the actual bar chart has updated. So if you change this to 20, watch the little bar on the right. That changes. So that's kind of cool. It shows the visual version of the progress on each thing. And in fact, if there is no progress number here, it comes up as blank. I think if you were to change this to 13 and hit enter, you can see that's a 13% progress bar. So the progress bar is linked to this number, and the number has to be written by hand, so you can actually update your progress as you go. And of course, you can assign these tasks to individuals so you can see how much progress they're making, and then the whole thing can be shown in the cloud. So that's really good for teams. So that's my little demo. Hope you like it. Talk to you later. Bye.